Hi, welcome to the podcast for When the Curves Line Up for March 12, 2024, featuring the evening moon near Jupiter. Look for Earth shine on the moon. Please see the article that includes diagrams of today's events on the website at whenthecurveslineup.com. Text by Jeffrey L. Hunt. In Chicago, sunrise occurs at 7:07 a.m. Central Daylight Time, followed by sunset at 6:55 p.m. While using a binocular to look at the sky this evening, look for the star cluster catalogued as Messier 41, 4.0 degrees to the south or below Sirius, the night's brightest star, that is about one-third of the way up in the south during the early evening. In the binocular field, place the dog star at little above the center. The star cluster appears below center. In his Celestial Handbook, Robert Burnham describes the cluster. It contains about 25 bright stars and many fainter ones scattered over a field as large as that covered by the moon. There is a bright reddish star near the center. Many of the other stars are arranged in curving rows and groups, a peculiar feature noted in other open clusters, page 442. Messier 41 appears smaller and dimmer than the Pleiades or Beehive. At a distance of 2,200 light-years, it is 20 light-years across, about 50% larger than the Seven Sisters. M41 is made of bright blue stars, indicating young, hot stars. Look for the cluster during the next few evenings, before the waxing moon's light washes out the dimmer celestial wonders. Here is today's planet forecast. In the morning sky, 3 planets are west of the Sun and a challenge to see. Brilliant Venus rises 44 minutes before the Sun. By 20 minutes before sunrise, it is less than 4 degrees above the horizon. Venus aficionados can continue to chase the planet into brighter sunlight. Mars, considerably dimmer than Venus, rises 67 minutes before the Sun. Without a bright guide, the red planet is challenging to see. It is a binocular object, found nearly 5 degrees above the horizon at 30 minutes before sunrise. Saturn rises 16 minutes before sunrise and it is lost in the Sun's glare. In the evening sky, this evening Jupiter, Mercury, and the crescent moon are visible after sundown. Step outside at 35 minutes after the sun sets and look westward. A thin crescent moon, 10% illuminated, is nearly one-third of the way from the western horizon to overhead. Bright Jupiter is nearly 15 degrees to the crescent's upper left. Mercury is below the crescent and nearly 5 degrees above the west horizon. It is bright and easily visible. Use a binocular to initially find it in the bright twilight. Can you see it without the binocular's assistance? Jupiter is about twice the brightness of the innermost planet. Mercury's intensity dims as it reaches greatest elongation and its best evening view of the year later this month. As the sky darkens, look for Earth shine on the night portion of the moon between the moon's cusps or horns. This is from sunlight reflected from Earth's oceans, clouds, and land that softly lights the lunar night. Photograph it with a tripod-mounted camera and exposures up to a few seconds. Use a binocular to locate Jupiter and Uranus at nearly opposite edges of a binocular field of view. Place Jupiter at the lower right edge of the field. Uranus is toward the upper left near the star 53 Arietes. The star Rho Arietes is to the lower right and inside a triangle made by 3 stars. Jupiter approaches the star Omicron Arietes. The gap is 0.4 degrees this evening. Tomorrow evening the Jovian giant passes the star and the moon joins the scene. Each clear evening watch Jupiter's changing place against the starfield as it approaches and passes Sigma Arietes on the 21st. Jupiter sets over 4 hours after nightfall and before midnight. Thank you for listening. Please read the articles at whenthecurveslineup.com.